Theater in Las Vegas, Nevada, here's our host, Jonathan Ross.
Thank you very much. You're so kind. Thank you. Thank you very much indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Hello and welcome to Penn Teller Fool Us. The premise here is simple. Illusionists try to fool the two men who've been performing in Vegas for so long that even Elvis might call them the kings. Here they are, ladies and gentlemen. Go crazy for Penn Teller. Fabulous to see you, Penn. Wonderful to see you again, of course. Here we are. Please take your seats. We can start the show. It's Penn Teller, ladies and gentlemen. Now, please remember, all of our acts have flown here to Vegas hoping to get lucky. And by lucky, I mean to fool Penn Teller. And with an all-expense-paid trip to return here to Vegas and perform for them in their long-running magic extravaganza. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started. Let's meet our first magician.
I'm Bill Cook. I'm from Chicago, Illinois. In school, I study Foley, which is you make sound effects. It's so cool. Walking down the street's one of my favorite things to do because when you start to focus on sound effects and noise, you listen to everything. And it all depends on what you focus on. My dad had lots of quotes for people to live by, and 3 of them really stuck out to me. To be early is to be on time, be at the right place at the right time, and aim high and shoot for the moon, because even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. So for this show, I'll be waiting for my performance with my equipment ready to perform for Penn Teller. Drop the mic.
Our next performer is a Chicago guy. Now, traditionally, the phrase Chicago magic trick refers to making someone disappear for the mob. But tonight, we're all safe, as a more literal translation is on display. Will you please welcome Mr. Bill Cook?
Wow. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Bill Cook. I come all the way from Chicago, and it is a supreme honor to be here. Folks, I do need the assistance of someone in the audience. There's a lovely lady about halfway up in the pink shirt. Hi, my dear. What's your name?
Barbara?
Barbara, would you join me on stage? Everyone give Barbara a huge round of applause. She comes up to help me on stage. Barbara, thank you so much. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Barbara, I have one of these. Do you know what this is? It's totally okay to say you do not.
Oh, that's the clasp from a little clutch bag thing.
The top of a change...
Yeah, like a little change purse.
Change holder.
Okay.
I don't carry a purse.
Okay.
Inside of the holder, Barbara, is something very special and unique to my job. I have an invisible deck of playing cards, not what other magicians may have been using in the past. Do you see them?
No.
Sobriety test. Good job. It's Vegas, you never know. Barbara, hold out your hand. Perfect. Now, Barbara, in a deck of cards, there are 4 suits: the spades, the diamonds, the clubs, and the hearts. And we need to whittle the deck down to 1 suit. I need you to name a suit: spades, diamonds, clubs, or hearts.
Heart.
We'll get rid of everything but the hearts. Catch. Souvenirs. Thank you. You can put your hand down. Barbara, pick a heart. Show it to everyone. It's backwards. Turn it around. Thank you so much. Yes. You know, it's the lights. Which one is it? Which heart is it?
It's the 7.
7 of hearts. Show everyone the 7. Fold the 7 into 4 pieces, quarters, half and half. Perfect. Perfect. And place it inside of the holder. You're so good at this. Now, Barbara, I have to ask you a question you will never be asked anywhere else in the world. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
It's impolite to ask a lady her age. So how much do you weigh? It's a joke, isn't it? It's a joke. It's totally a joke. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Barbara, the cool things about these holders is that whatever goes inside of the holder as invisible comes out of the holder as visible. Now, that would be cool because it's any playing card. But you said which playing card?
7 of hearts.
And that's amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, Barbara!
Bill Cook, ladies and fabulous. That was tremendous.
Thank you so much.
That was just great. Now, Penn and Teller, of course, are going to deliberate. They're going to talk to each other and see if they can figure out how it was done. Let me ask you a bit about yourself. Sure. I believe when you were younger, you were a keen chess player. Is that right?
I love chess.
Okay. Now, does that help you in the practice of magic, that kind of focus and that kind of skill?
Man, chess and magic kind of go hand in hand because you have to be thinking so much further ahead. Whether it's 1 move, 3 moves, 12 moves, you really have to be thinking very far ahead.
And that's how the chess players measure it, and they call it, if you're 12 moves ahead, you're 12 deep, is that
12
right?
deep, yeah.
Wow, which I was never any good. I've never been 12 deep in anything, so congratulations to you on that, sir. Let's go to Penn first, and we'll hear from Teller in a minute.
Wonderful routine, first of all.
Thank you.
I love people that come out here and do one trick. That's the idea, you do a trick. And it's also great that you use the phrase invisible deck, which we all know is a war horse of magic that we don't want to see.
Right.
And your version was beautiful.
Thank you.
I love the whole thing that was put together. I think we have a little bit of an idea of how you do something. And if you were writing this up in a book, and I wanted to figure out how you did it, I would go to the back. And I would go through where all the things are in alphabetical order, and that would help me. I'll also say that the suit jacket that you're wearing looks beautiful, especially the stage left side is gorgeous. Beautiful looking suit. I will also say, and I'm not sure about this, so please don't bust our bust if we're way off. But the woman you picked from the audience, the card that she selected, you come to Vegas to get lucky, and you kind of did get lucky. That was a good choice on her part.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
You do get lucky, but you get lucky a lot more often than you may think.
Yeah, right now, of course, yeah.
Can I say something as well? None of us know what you're talking about. Just cut us a break and say something we can hold on to here.
Wonderful, wonderful job. I don't believe you fooled us, but it was just beautiful and so clean. I'm going to tell you that what we love about someone like you is when we know how the trick is done, but did not see anything. Cool. And what you want to do in magic is not only have it fool you conceptually, but also fool you in the actual moves. And you had an important move to do and just done so clean, and there were no telegraphs, there was no nothing, and if we were anybody else, you would have fooled us.
Cool. Thank you, guys.
You're very confident they know exactly what you were doing, and you didn't fool them.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
oh, yeah.
Right on there.
Thanks, guys.
Nicely done, Bill.
Bill is fabulous. Bill Cook, ladies and gentlemen. Great job. Well done. Lovely to meet you too. Mr. Bill Cook. Well, we'll be right back after the break, and we'll see more breathtaking tricks, including one coming up from Penn and Teller, so you don't want to miss that. Welcome back to Fool Us, the only show about magic that has a CGI budget of $0. But it does have a fantastic prize. If our acts can stump Penn and Teller, that's right, if they succeed, they get the chance to perform in magic's most famous show alongside our famous duo. So, okay, let's bring out our next potential fooler.
I'm Wes Barker, and I'm a stunt magician. A stunt magician is just a really cool term I made up, just so I didn't sound like every other comedy magician. I used to work on a road crew filling potholes. They eventually offered me a promotion, and I just had this flash of 30 years in the future of me still being there, and I quit on the spot, and I said, I'm gonna be a magician. My stuff isn't like, fire, fire, dove. It's not that kind of thing. It's more like weird things like gymnastics and stunts and party tricks, basically.
Please welcome Wes Barker.
Hi, I'm Wes. Normally I use like a big, strong guy for this trick, but we can just use Jonathan, I guess.
Okay. Okay.
You're on this side. It can sound
Sure.
good?
Okay.
Oh, yeah, look at this. Right? Oh, yeah, you work out, right?
You liking that?
Yeah,
You're not so bad yourself, I
Thank
tell
you.
That's what we call firm hot cross buns down there in England. I knew if I came to Vegas, something would happen.
What's this?
That is a phone book.
It's a phone book. They're super irrelevant. You guys are clapping for phone books. Don't do that.
Thank you.
Phone books are super irrelevant, but I made a magic trick out of it, because why not? Have a look at this one. Okay. Make sure it's like all, I don't know, a normal phone book.
It's a normal phone book.
Check, make sure all the pages are different. That's gonna be very important.
They're all different as far as I can see, certainly.
Go, go, go.
Yep.
All right, you're gonna give me the phone book, and you're gonna grab the pen and paper. What's gonna happen is I'm gonna roll through the phone book like this, flip through.
Yeah.
You're gonna say stop wherever you want.
Okay.
And then you're gonna write down the page number.
Okay.
So whenever you want, I'm not gonna look, so whenever you want, just say stop.
Stop.
Right there, you happy? You wanna go more? You good?
No, I'm good. Okay.
All right. Write it down, I'll try and hold it for you.
Okay, got it.
You got it? Okay, good.
We'll put it down.
Yeah, put it down there, yeah. Okay, now I need you to rip this in half.
Okay.
But don't do it this way. Don't do like the spine. Okay, that's not the way. And a lot of funny guys like to do it like, well, they'll open it up in the middle and they'll go like, that. Don't do it that way either. That's not good. I want you to rip it top to bottom.
Try and rip it top to bottom?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. I feel bad doing this in front of you. I mean, it's kind of easy.
Come on. Come on.
You know, well, here's the thing.
You're vegan, aren't you? You can't do it.
I've weakened it for you.
Oh, yeah, no, you have. I just want to make sure that you know that this is fair, right?
I can't do that.
This has been super fair so far, and you can't do it.
I can't do it.
So it's a real phone book, but I'm going to give it a go here. I'm going to do it like this. Come on. Ladies. This is the part we need.
I'm scared of you right now.
What I'm gonna get you to do is I'm gonna get you to like fan them out in your hand.
Sure.
And then in a minute you're gonna throw them in the air.
Okay.
Don't throw them like this so they kind of stay in a clump. Throw them like more on an angle, and then they'll, you know.
So they spread?
Yeah.
Like confetti?
Yeah, and you're gonna stand right about there.
Right here?
A little bit, yeah, right there.
Yeah,
that'll
that's
do.
good.
Sure.
So spread them
out,
like this.
but you're gonna face me a bit more because you're gonna throw them around this area. I need my thing. Hang on, I need my thing. I'm gonna do. Yeah. Sorry.
Hold on.
Yeah. So like I'm gonna, and then I'm gonna.
Oh, you're gonna. Okay.
Right? So you're gonna throw them, and I'm gonna stab your page.
Okay.
Right? So yeah, I'm this guy, like and you're that guy, like that, right?
You sure I could?
Well,
I'm gonna do it from here.
no, right, it's good.
I mean, I'm good at throwing.
No, right here, so you're gonna be okay.
I'm really good at throwing.
You're okay. So yeah, basically, yeah, you're gonna go like that. I'm gonna go like that. They're gonna go like like that. Okay, good.
You done?
All right, you good?
You done this before?
Oh yeah, Okay. Oh, what? It's not a sharp sword? Okay. All right. If it wasn't a real sword, could I do this? Huh? Cling, cling, right?
That's a real sword.
I mean, I don't know, probably, yeah, I could. Doesn't matter. Okay, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
I'll be honest, I'm more scared of getting one of your fingers in me.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, so fan it out,
Okay,
throw
so
it up.
high around me.
Yeah,
so maybe
okay.
Angle to me more. Angle a bit more to me.
Okay.
Angle, yeah, right there. There you go.
This is
Okay, good.
let's spread them
Okay.
out.
Ready?
Ready?
There you go, yep. Throw the pages on the count of 3. You're kidding me. Jonathan, everything's on the count of 3. You help a buddy move up.
Dude, you're holding a sword. I'm just doing what you say as soon as you say it.
Everything's on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, lift. 1, 2, 3, go. Sex, 1, 2, 3, right?
I've been married 28 years. When my wife says do something, I do it straight away.
All right, I have one more phone book. This is the last phone book in the whole building, I'm sure. You want to rip it for me?
You know what? Why don't you just go straight ahead?
Thank you, I appreciate that. Here, I'll do. Son of a. I call this one Jonathan.
There's a lot of anger coming out there. Wow, let's see.
Ladies.
2 in a night. 2 in the one night.
Now, I should have told you to count of 3. That's my fault.
Yes.
But that was a horrible toss.
Yes.
I'm standing over here.
Well, it's the first time I've ever seen a phone book ripped in half by a human man.
This is our last try.
Okay.
Take those. You did good with the but it was wrong direct. Try and throw it more straight up.
Okay.
Okay?
More
Spread them
straight
out. Because it was a good spray. Just
Yeah,
spread them out a bit.
I'm doing my best.
Hey, I know you'll be great. You can't mess this up. It's fine.
I'll try
In
not
fact,
to.
I'll even let you count. You count to 3. You throw it. Okay?
So you want
And
one-
then just like around me, straight up. Like there.
A 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
go.
nice and high.
1, 2, 3, go, or 1, 2, 3, then do it.
Whatever you want, because I'm going to watch you. I'm just going to watch you this time.
1, 2, 3, go!
Oh, I got one.
Wow.
Wouldn't that be crazy? I have 520 and 521. What do you have? Show the audience.
520.
Thank you.
Holy moly. That was awesome. Wes, that was awesome. Wasn't that great? And 2 of them in one night. Okay, we'll let Penn and Teller talk about what they just saw. I know they enjoyed it very much, but they know what they were doing there. That was incredible.
Thank you.
Now, here's the thing. I know you had some early days. Your early days, they were working hard days for you as a magician.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Man, this is a far cry from the $50 gigs I used to at old age homes.
Wow. Well, not that far necessarily, because I'm kind of heading that way, and the fellas ain't getting any younger either. And would you do? But you wouldn't do this act in an old people's home.
Oh yeah, I will.
So you would get an old man in an old people's home and ask him to rip a phone book in half?
And I would ridicule him when he couldn't do it.
I think the guys are ready now, so I'm going to go to Penn and hear his verdict on what you just performed for us.
Well, I'll tell you, that was amazing. It has been a very, very long time since we've seen a phone book. And I know kinetically that you hung a little lantern on that, saying it was irrelevant, but still, it's a hard time for strong men now tearing a phone book in half, because tearing a iPhone in half is much more difficult. Yes. Takes a lot more energy. And in your phone book, you know, I don't know what city that was. Is that a Vegas phone book?
No, I think it's from where I live, in Vancouver.
Vancouver. Oh, so you wouldn't have Luke Skywalker's number in that phone book, would you?
I don't think so.
But that would have helped you do the trick a lot, wouldn't it?
But when you say Luke Skywalker, are you suggesting that he's famous for something in particular?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Did that thing in particular feature in this at the end there?
Oh, sorry, took me a while there. No.
No?
No, did not.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll explain some of this in a minute once they explain it to me, okay?
Well, I can...
I was missing what you're saying, but I totally am on your page now. And no.
This could be, I think, rather remarkably, one of those moments where Penn and Teller don't quite know how it's done.
What they're saying is awesome. You totally do the trick that way. It's just not how I did it.
But if you're saying it's absolutely not a force,
right,
then there had to be a holding a break and a peak afterwards.
Yes.
And then you would have to have some sort of index there after you held the break and did a peak.
No index.
No, and it's not the second phone book you're using.
Boom, boom, take that, Penn. Sorry. I don't mean to enjoy that moment too much, but man, I enjoy this moment.
We have taken, this is just ridiculous. We've taken 2 runs at this. Almost seems like we're about to cross into unfair. It almost seems like we're cheating. Magicians are supposed to cheat. You have cheated better than us. You, sir, have fooled us.
Thank you.
Penn, you want to do the honors? There you go.
Oh, I didn't. Thanks, guys.
There you go. That's it, man. Nicely done.
Wes, how good does that feel right now?
Yeah, I don't know. I got no words. This is amazing.
Wow. So from the road crew, how long ago since you started learning magic?
8 years.
8 years ago from the road crew, ladies and gentlemen, working out there, entertaining his friends, to fooling Penn and Teller here on the big stage in Las Vegas. That was great, wasn't it? Wes Barker. Wow. That was pretty good, wasn't it? Pretty good. All right, that's one successful fooler, but can lightning strike twice in one night? We'll reveal the shocking truth when we return. Welcome back to Penn and Teller Fool Us, or as I call it, Magic for Muggles. Let's have a look at our next wizard.
Hi, I'm Matthew Holtzclaw, and I live in New York City, New York. Hi, welcome. I'll give you the grand tour. You know, if magic were real, I would add some square footage to this place. I think I probably was attracted to magic because magic is, at its heart, a display of power. It does give you a sense of, I can do something. I've always been attracted to the macabre and horror, and I like the irony of watching something violent and knowing that the people are totally safe. I think it's the same thing as magic. It's this beautiful irony inside your head of knowing what you're seeing is not real, and yet it appears to be so. My favorite magicians growing up, the first magicians I saw on TV were Penn and Teller. I thought that's what magic was, this personality and this attitude. The idea that I'm on the show with Penn and Teller, the 12-year-old me is screaming, but the 36-year-old me is screaming too, just quietly, but like a little girl with a flower basket and a bonnet.
Our next next performer is a burlesque magician, which means every morning he gets dressed, the first thing he does is put tassels on his nipples. Will you please welcome Matthew Holtzclaw.
Wow, they said the stage would be huge, and it is. And they said the audience would be massive, and you are. So, of course, the trick that I brought involves the tiniest little white thread. Excellent planning on my part. I'm actually going to do two tricks tonight. The first trick is extremely elegant and beautiful, one of the most beautiful in the history of magic. It may evoke images of life, death, resurrection. And the second trick is devoid of all poetry. It's entirely vile and hateful and offensive to most cultures on the planet. We'll do the pretty one first. You know, this trick is incredibly difficult for me to do. Not technically, it's just there's something incredibly pretentious about a grown man solemnly tearing up a piece of thread in front of a bunch of strangers. As a bit of performance art, wearing a suit made of meat, howling atonally about my inner and outer body shapes. I think what's most difficult about this trick is that everyone knows the ending. That's not the ending. Thank you. Souvenir. I'll sign that later. Somehow or another. So listen, I can do the gross trick, or I can give you a choice. I can do another pretty one. Do you guys want to see a pretty one, or you want to see a gross one? It's pretty unanimous. All right. You asked for it. This uses thread too. Just this much, though. And this little bit of thread is going to magically wind its way through my delicate, sensitive sinuses. You're welcome. It goes in the mouth first. Actually, Jonathan, you should join me. Get a closer look.
Really? You want me to join you?
Yeah, please, join me. Anyone want to change their vote at this point?
Yeah, let's go pretty.
You go pretty? I think this is pretty. All right, let's I have a college degree, by the way. String theory. All right, I got it.
You think that's bad over there? I'm right next to this guy.
All right, it's there.
Oh, no. Oh. You just said gross, not really revolting. That's horrible. Inevitably, I'll have to say, don't try this at home, but you'd have to be stupid, wouldn't you? Oh. That's coming right out of there. Oh, how did you do that? Wow, ladies and gentlemen. Matthew, really?
Yeah, come on.
Okay. Matthew Holtzclaw, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable. I'm right this close. That was incredible. Okay, we're going to ask Penn and Teller to chat about this and deliberate. I know you're a big fan of bringing horror into magic. That was kind of borderline horrific, I guess.
Yeah, no blood, no gore, no needles, anything like that. Yeah, but I do like when things are provocative, you know?
So you do stuff that's more gory on stage?
Occasionally, yeah. Cut my hand off and that sort of thing.
So, well, what is wrong with you? So the gentlemen, I think, have come to the end of their deliberations. I thought that was just fabulous. I'm sure they did too, but Did you fool them? Let's find out.
I got to tell you, that Hindu thread trick is a trick that I've seen Teller do. And I'm very, very glad, not as glad as Teller is, but I'm very glad you did it with thread instead of with yarn. A lot of people try to improve it, and it's just perfect in the thread version. This show, we love the fact that it covers all sorts of stuff. We know that you could have burned us with cards. You're fabulous with cards. And we love the fact you did something grosser, something wilder, something crazier. But you may have seen us do, which we did not invent, but you may have seen us do a trick with a beam.
Oh, yeah.
And the trick you did with the thread is the same as our trick with the beam.
Absolutely.
But boy, making it with thread is fabulous. It's such a great idea to do that with thread.
Yeah, it's true.
I wish we'd thought of it. And if we thought of it, we would be doing it all the time. That's a wonderful trick. We know how it's done. It did not lessen it at all. That was fabulous.
Thank you.
So, Matthew, let me just check. You're happy that they know what they're talking about right there?
I'm just thrilled to be here.
Yeah, I think you knew coming out here that knowing them as well as you do, that they were going to get you.
Yeah, no, it's just a thrill to be here, guys. Thanks so much.
Fabulous.
But it was great. I know everyone here, we loved it, didn't we, ladies and gentlemen? It was awesome. I'm going to keep this as a souvenir. Matthew Holtzclaw, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Matthew. Time for another time out, but don't go away, because we will be back with more magic. Welcome back to Penn Teller Fool Us. Now, for my next trick, I'd like to make another magician appear.
I'm David Regal. Open sesame. I think magic is more than just cool because magic translates to hope. Magic for me has always been my therapy. It occupies me mind, body, soul. If I didn't have magic, I would need an actual therapist. Just doing it as someone who loves it, I can keep coming up with new ideas and tinkering. You wake up, you clear the kitchen table, and you wreck things in your house. What I'm going to try and do for Penn Teller is a simple trick with a simple plot where just one thing happens, and I want that one thing to fool them.
So the next performer serves on the board of the Magic Castle, which is super impressive. But as someone who still serves as vice president of the Spice Girls fan club, I like to think we're equals. Will you please welcome David Regal?
Before I get started, Teller, I'd like to give you this, so it's in safe hands for the duration. I want to tell you about a guy that means a lot to me. This is my grandfather. He was the guy in my life who was always, Grandpa, pick a card. Didn't matter what the occasion was. It was his birthday. Grandpa, pick a card. We're at a restaurant. Grandpa, pick a card. And near the end of his life, he called me to his bedside and he said, David, never ask another person to pick a card. So in honor of my grandfather, tonight, I will not have a card selector. However, I thought it might be interesting to have some cards not selected. For this, I need the help of a kind soul from the audience. Penn, please come on up here. Penn Gillette, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Thank you, Penn. Penn, of course, Penn is wearing the pinstripe suit, creating the illusion of height. Penn, behind the table, please. Examine the cards. Have a good look at them. Mix them up if you'd like to mix them up. It's important to give them the once over, because we're going to try something a little unusual. Is everything okay for you there?
They seem okay.
Okay, I'll take that as an okay.
Yep.
Oh, doing all the normal, okay. Here's what we're gonna do. Spread them out, hold the finger about 2 feet above those cards, Penn. Move that finger left, right, left, and let that finger slowly descend until that finger is resting on just one card. Perhaps you think you've selected that card, Penn, but I assure you, that is not the case.
Okay.
Pull out that card, call out its name to everybody.
The Jack of Hearts.
has just been not selected.
Okay.
50 cards to go. Take your finger, go left, right. No, we'll speed it up. I wouldn't be that cruel here. We'll put them all here. Cut them into 3 piles, Ben. 3 piles any way you'd like. Excellent. You've just not selected the 6 of hearts, the Jack of clubs, and the 8 of hearts. Pick up any one of those piles, any one of them. Look through it like it's a giant poker hand. Look at the high cards, the low cards, all the cards in between until your eyes fall on one card. That means something to you, and only you, for even reasons you do not understand, you have that card.
Okay.
Now look at all the rest and throw them away as well.
Okay.
Pick up any of those piles. Go through them all and discard them with extreme prejudice. Yes, yes, and yes. He's still going. Yes, here, let's spread the wealth. Grab some of these, just grab some. Here, let's go in the audience. Up the audience, down these stairs. Come on, Penn. 1 to each person here. Oh, he's not giving you any. Okay, it's not my fault. There we are. If you have a card, if Penn gave you a card, I will come to you. When I come to you, call out the name of your card and throw it away. What have you got? 9 of spades. Throw it away. What have you got?
Joker.
Throw it away. What have you got?
10 of clubs.
Throw it away. What have you got?
Ace of hearts.
Throw it away. What have you got?
4 diamonds.
4 diamonds. Throw it away. What have you got?
Queen of spades.
Throw it away. Anyone else? What do you got?
In a close.
Throw it away. Anyone else? Penn, follow me. We're not done. We still have a few cards. Few cards left, Penn. Here we go. We have a 5 of hearts, an ace of clubs, a 3 of diamonds, 4 of spades, 2 of hearts. Let's give them a little mix. I will lay them out just like this, Penn. Penn, I promise you, I will always count in this direction. Any number 1 to 5, I will discard. Number 1 to 5, what should go away?
1.
1, goodbye. 1, 2, 3, or 4?
4.
4, go away. 1, 2, or 3?
2.
Go away. 1 or 2?
1.
Goes away. We are down to 1 card. I think we can all agree that card has not been selected. However, it's also not been not selected. A round of applause for Penn Teller. You may return the gentle giant. Penn Teller. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Teller, that envelope has been in your hands this entire time. Let me tell you something about it. Near the end of my granddad's life, obviously, he couldn't see the cards as well as he used to see them. So I went out and got those big cards, the jumbo kind, held it right up to his face. He just grabbed them out of my hands and ran out back where we have the wood chipper. By the time he caught up with them, he'd destroyed every card in that deck, except for one. In that envelope is the one card buried with my granddad. Could you open it up? Keep it this side up. The card will slide out face down. Keep it face down, make sure nothing else is in that envelope. I will gingerly carry this card over to the table. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 cards are before you. One, a card that meant a great deal to my grandfather. The other, a card not selected in the fairest possible manner. 2 of hearts. 2 of hearts. Oh. Still a team, Grandpa! Still a team!
David Regal, ladies and gentlemen. How about that? That was great. David, that was fabulous. I can see the guys. Now, you know what I like to do when they're performing? I like to watch their faces, and Teller looked really like he was confused. He didn't know what was going on. Tell me, is it true that you met your wife doing magic?
Yes, it is. I went into a bar I'd never been to before or since, and I showed her card tricks, and she liked them then. Yeah. And one thing led to another.
Had you tried that on lots of other women beforehand, or was she the first lucky girl?
The only successful occurrence of that happening, so I just married her. I figured, what the hell?
Yeah, quit while you were ahead.
Exactly so.
Okay, I think the guys are ready, so we're going to go over now to Penn and Teller and find out whether or not they could work out how you did it.
Now, this is a case where showmanship is everything. You had a legitimate deck of cards. There was nothing gimmicked about them at all. You had us run down in the audience and hand stuff out. All the cards were different. All that stuff is being done. There were provers all the way along. And then there's the final card you're going to choose from. And I don't really remember, was I holding those or was he? I think you were holding those at the end, which gave you a little bit of time to do some stuff that may not have been above board. All that matters is those final few cards. And we think we have a pretty good idea what was up with those final few cards. But boy, it's a great trick. So you did not fool us, but man, I love that. Love it.
That makes me feel good.
What a great performer, David Regal. Thank you, David.
Thanks for the use of the hall.
Thank you so much. David Regal, ladies and gentlemen. Well, our foolers are finished, but we are not. The best is yet to come because we still have an amazing trick in store for you from our legends, Penn and Teller, so stick around. It wouldn't be an episode of Penn and Teller Fool Us if we didn't get to see Penn and Teller do some magic themselves. So here they are, the fabulous, the phenomenal Penn and Teller.
Thank you. Several years ago, we did a series of documentaries for television. We traveled all over the world seeing street magic, close-up magic in all different cultures. And just about everywhere we went, everybody did one trick the same. They did the cups and balls. Almost every magician we met did the cups and balls. And the trick around the world didn't change very much, but the props did. In India, they had these hand-carved wooden cups and these little flocked cork balls. In China, they had these metal cups that were handed down generation to generation. Patel and I were working for the United States of America, so we used red plastic cups, and then we used aluminum foil balls. So we had the totally American and totally disposable cups and balls. And it goes like this. You take the ball, place it in our hand, vanish it, it appears underneath the cup. That's the way it's done all around the world. You take the ball, you place it in your hand, you vanish it, and it appears underneath the cup. Here's a little variation Teller came up with, where he takes the ball, places it in his hand, then shows it underneath the cup, then it still appears underneath the cup. So you have 3 cups, 3 balls. When you take that center ball, place it in the center cup, 2 side balls, put them wherever you want, they still regroup the center cup. I come over here, just a little tiny bit of juggling. There's a giant ball in the center cup, one more giant ball on either side, and of course for the finish, it's an American baseball right there. Now, after we had done the American cups and balls for a while, I want to kind of zoom in and do a Penn and Teller cups and balls, which involves breaking a few rules of magic. Now, the first rule of magic is you never do the same trick twice. So we're gonna. Second rule of magic is you never tell an audience how a trick is being done. So we're gonna tell you exactly how the trick is being done. The third rule of magic is you never let the audience see your secret preparation. They must not know what is hidden in which pocket. And the fourth rule of magic is unwritten, but we think any magician in the world would agree with us in a second, that you never ever do the cups and balls with clear plastic cups. So here's the Penn and Teller version of the cups and balls. We do the first ball, pretend to place in our hand, have already snuck underneath the first cup. Do the second ball, simultaneously secreted beneath the cup, pretend to place in our hand and show it. Do the third and final ball, pretend to place in our hand, pretend to show the cup, place it in the cup, then secretly secret and reveal it. Now we're all set for the second half, 3 cups all loaded, 3 balls on top. Center ball, we set a cup, each of the side balls, we put them away, we don't need any more, we have 3 duplicates. Set a cup, we come over here. This is not juggling. This is called misdirection. For look over here, tells us his final ball under, 1 more to this side, and of course for the finish, it's an American baseball right there. That's the Penn and Teller cups and balls.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Penn and Teller. Lovely job. Fabulous stuff, as always. Now you see us, and now you don't, because we're wrapping it up for the night here in Las Vegas. But we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.